I actually wanted to kind of just take time to actually do another video because even when I'm at work and I'm actually going through and just at lunch or whatever, sitting down going through my phone, just looking at different YouTube videos or what have you about what people are talking about, what's the latest buzz and this, that, and the other. It always seems to surprise me that it always the main thing that's buzzing or popping, I should say, on YouTube, it always have to be about issues that are sensitive to black people. I know I posted a video not long ago, maybe a couple days or so ago, about the exchange that took place between Avenue Rants and a video that he made in response to Akata's uh, overall analysis of black people, not just African American females, but just black people in general. And I actually wanted to do a video actually to kind of go a bit deep further than what I went into in my previous video, my most recent video. What I don't understand, I guess what I will actually call this particular piece that I want to actually just take a moment to discuss about is black people and the sensitivity factor. And the reason why I say that is because it's like, again, out of so many things that we can talk about, we got so many things that's going on in the world right now, so many issues that, need immediate attention. We tend to get upset. And before I actually get into this, I'm not saying that I'm taking any sides here, because really, in my opinion, when I sat down and actually viewed, her video again, I had to go back and listen to it again, and then I turned around and viewed Avenue Rant's response. And by the way, I was actually able to somehow get a hold of the video that actually got him flagged off. It was a 3-part, I guess, video that he made called Africoon or something like that. He made 3 parts to it, and basically, he pretty much went into the history of the Ethiopian people, and basically he brought it back from then up until today's terms. And then at the end of his post, he pretty much gave some, words per se to Akata on what she needs to do in order to quote unquote better herself by getting educated here and pretty much going back to Africa to actually help and educate her own people, as opposed to wasting time and talking down to African Americans here in the United States. But bringing it back to the forefront, it seems like we are one of the most sensitive type people that I have yet to see. And I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that I'm downing my own race, because again, I'm proud to be black. Like I say, I'm a black person. I've been black, and I plan on staying that way. I just want to put that out there. But it's the fact that we have so much ruckus within our own race. We tend to want to put on this big old, this huge facade of being macho, and you can't tell me nothing, or I'm bad, or I know how to, I got the swag and everything. But yet still, we are for real, really deep down, we are really still very sensitive people. It's like we can, we can't get into an altercation or get into a logical debate with someone and then come away with, throwing either the race card in there, or we're throwing the fact that, you know, it's just to the fact that we just very overall, what I'm saying is that we just become very sensitive people. And I don't know the reason why that is. We all have sensitivity to the point, some things that we can take and then some things that we can't take. That's understandable because we're all human beings. But it's just to the fact that it's like we are very sensitive, but it's like we can't really speak really the truth about certain things unless somebody gets offended, where it starts to hold out like a big war. And really, to tell you the truth, it's embarrassing. It's not only embarrassing, it's uncalled for. It's unwarranted. I've learned one thing about YouTube and the internet period. When you're going on social websites such as this and posting videos and things like that, we still have not learned the art of really words, the exchanging of ideas, the proper communication. Because every time when we feel that somebody doesn't agree with us, or somebody says something that we may not like, we automatically get on the offensive, and we want to pretty much attack the person for their ideas. One thing that I've learned is that I cannot attack somebody for how they feel. Because one thing about it is that it's how they feel. I can't control that. The only thing that I can control is my reaction to what they're telling me. And see, black folks, in a sense, have gotten a bad rep, especially nowadays, because we are pretty much named as being the aggressor, not wanting to sit down and be rational about things. I mean, yeah, there's a time and place for different things, and there are some things that may rattle your cage more than others. But overall, just speaking from the outside in, we become a group of people that pretty much we don't want to sit down and reason. We don't want to sit down and talk things out. The only thing that we want to do is engage in name calling. And I mean, and basically, what does that prove? I mean, that really doesn't prove anything. The only thing that it proves is that we're childish. We haven't grown up. We haven't matured to a level of, being able to carry on a conversation. Again, just like my last video that I posted, we see it in the media, we see it on television. I mean, it's basically, and you can't really get mad because basically television is pretty much an imitation of what goes on in real life. So basically, they're only putting on screen what they see how we act in real life. And usually, and most of the time when you look at that stuff, it's embarrassing. It really, sometimes you have to take it like a grain of salt. I mean, it's like you have to take it. No, I shouldn't have said that, but what I'm trying to say is that when you look at these programs and things, and you see, we sit there and say, "Oh, that person's acting like a fool. That person's acting like an idiot." Just look at how they're acting. But yet still, when we turn off the television and live in real life, we act just like the people on television. I mean, so we really, in a sense, we really can't call anybody anything until we actually turn the light and really, or should I say, turn the mirror and really turn it in a direction where we can actually see ourselves. Because basically, aside from all of the attacks and the verbal jabs, and even if the person may have deserved it, in the end, what point is it going to prove? Okay, so you got bigger jokes. I mean, okay, so what? Basically, it's all this exchange of words, and basically almost every other video that's posted here on YouTube has to be about, anger, as far as the injustices of what's been done to a black person. And like I say, some of it is, some of it is very educational. It's worth sitting down and listening to. And some of it is just the fact that you just have some people here that are just talking and trying to generalize or trying to start some type of YouTube beef where it really doesn't accomplish anything. Sure, you'll get subscribers and you'll get all this, that, and the other, but in the end, what is it going to prove? Again, it's just somebody's idea of or their analysis of you. And as I, reiterated from my last video, it doesn't matter what somebody who may live overseas got to say about you. It doesn't matter what somebody may think of you who lives next door to you. The only opinion that matters to me is the opinion that I have for myself. And basically, like I said, it doesn't matter to me what anybody else got to say, because I've been more than likely been called a lot worse by a lot better. So just because somebody may sit there and, let's say, condemn you or condemn a gender or condemn a group of people, it doesn't mean that they're right. They're just using their YouTube right to voice their opinion. And see, one thing that we have to do is control our reactions and our emotions when we get ready to respond to that stuff that they post. There's no reason to get angry at. I mean, we're going to get angry because we're human. It's an emotion. I mean, we have, that's a part of our makeup. But to actually go on there and post 20-minute videos and where you sitting up there insulting, and it's like, okay, basically you're no better than the person that you're responding to, because basically they've just turned you out. Sure, they stooped to a level first, but now you've stooped to a lower level by trying to outdo them. I've learned from that. I'm not saying that I've arrived yet, because it's still a work in progress, but basically, what does it do? It doesn't solve anything. All it does is just create, just keep that separation going, keeps the arguments going, keeps the beef going. And really, one thing about it is that, and it's another sad thing, is that, when people want to tend to sit there and really talk rational about things, nobody wants to sit down and listen to stuff like that. But the minute you get on here and start talking ignorantly and start responding ignorantly to people, that's when you get all the rant and raves. Oh, you tell them, don't let them talk to us like that. You tell them, you cut them down and stuff. Come on. I mean, we're supposed to be adults here. I understand there are children that do use YouTube, but are the adults? Where are the mature black people? I mean, it's a shame. I mean, like I said, I'm going to continue to use YouTube. Don't get me wrong, and I enjoy posting and making videos. But one thing about it is that I like to look for the education in things. I like to look for the educational aspect of what's being discussed. I mean, like I said, yeah, going back to what Miss Akata, whatever her name is, what she said, yeah, okay, it could have been, made. I mean, honestly, she had some points. I can't take that away from it. She had some valid points. But a lot of that other stuff, she went a little bit too far deep into it, basically where it became offensive. There's nothing wrong with delivering truth, again, but it's just the way and the method in which you deliver it. And basically these days, people are not all of that caring. They're not all of that cautious, I should say, on how they deliver their truths. Only thing they want to do is just get it off their chest, and they don't care how it's received or perceived by the other party. And again, the sensitivity factor with African Americans is gotten to the point where you really can't tell them nothing that that they may not agree with, or else they're ready to fight. I thought we were much better people than that. That's the reason why we get called the names that we do from people that are not black. That's the reason why you have people that are so quick to call us out our names, and then rant and rave and really make fun at us on television and things like this. That's the reason why they do this, because we're not really showing them our educated side. We're not showing them our mature side. We're not showing them our understanding side. All we're showing them is our quote-unquote, our nigger side. I mean, and like I said, you have to call it like you see it. And basically that is not a very pretty side for really any race. I understand, that N word, and I don't like to use it, but in this context I will. But it's a shame, that we show them that side, and basically when we show them more of that side, meaning society, that's the side that they're going to pick on, and that's the side that they're going to keep nudging at. And again, when they keep nudging and nudging, it's going to make us angrier and angrier, and we're going to lash out even more. I mean, getting your account suspended off of YouTube is just a minor consequence of those type of things, but it actually goes to show us a lesson. Again, a point that I mentioned in my last video is that you have to be cautious about the words that you use when you're delivering a message to or a response to people here on YouTube. You may have meant well. You may have thought that you crossed all your I's, or should I say crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. But one thing about it is that in the end, how did you deliver your message? Did you deliver it in a point of understanding? Did you deliver it in a point of being ignorant? Sad to say, all too many times these days, we're all about punching below the belt. We're not even showing America our intelligent side anymore. We're showing them our ignorant side. And in the end, they give us what we give them. And basically, you can't argue, or really, you can't really fight anybody about that. The only person that you would have to fight is yourself. A person is not going to give to you what you don't give to them. If you give them love and understanding, if they're decent human beings, they'll turn around and give the same back to you. It's just like what that saying goes, what goes around comes around. But anytime you show people your butt and show them how ignorant you can be and show them that you got the bigger joke, guess what? They're going to come back and clown you 2 times as much. I mean, we're supposed to be adults here. We're supposed to be grown people. We're supposed to be classy African Americans or black people. We need to start showing YouTube and America that side of us instead of showing them that, I'm bad. Sure, okay, you sure are. You are bad. Bad enough to get your account yanked off. I mean, it's time for us to grow up. I'm going to cut this video short, and I'm going to leave it at that.